Adam Traum here, and I'm really happy to be bringing this lesson to Homespun. I've got this really neat little lick that I was playing. And I was playing it in the context of a chord progression. It's a great thing to do when you've got a little space, if you're playing a rag, anything out of that C shape. You know, obviously if you've got a capo, you can play it anywhere on the neck. This is a great little first position run. So the first thing I'm going to do is break down the run. So this little phrase starts here, and I'm going to start it with my ring finger, and I'm going to slide from my 3rd to the 5th fret. And that's the first step. And then I'm going to go back to the G. So slide up from G to A. You see how I bent my note up just a little bit. We're going to be doing that in one other place, so make sure you get this part down, because this is really an essential part of this. And this really kind of walks down in almost like a swinging 8th note feel. And so let's go a little bit further into this. There's that little bit of discordance, and then I'm going to get my number 1 finger, my index, to the C note on the 1st fret, 2nd string. And notice how my number 2 finger just falls right in there to the A note on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. All right, now here we're in the key of C, so we have no sharps, but here's a nice little discordant note. So I'm going to walk from F sharp, F, now that's all in the 4th string, 4th fret, that's an open D, and then I circle back to my C note. So that whole thing. Now I will play this different ways, but and my fingering changes a little bit too sometimes. So occasionally when I'm doing this, just kind of as my own little habit, whether it's good or bad for someone else to decide, I'll sometimes bring my thumb down to play those notes. But really it's, you know, do what feels right. But I try and be disciplined and use these 2 fingers, my index and middle fingers. And then in the context, so if I'm playing a C note and I've got my kind of G that I'm pedaling on, so I'm going to start with my C chord with the chord progression, and I'm going to start with a little pinch, and that's a little bit of syncopation there. And then I'm going to go to this F chord, and I've got my thumb lopped around on the F note. Merle Travis did this. My dad, Happy Traum, does this. A lot of roots musicians will do this. And look, now here we've got a great little spot to add that lick when we come back to the C. This would kind of be considered a quick 4. And then here's our lick. I'm going to hit my C note, then I'm going to slide up, and now right back to my F. All right, now here I'm going to do something a little bit different that you haven't seen yet. This is a diminished chord, and it's an E flat diminished, and then the diminished chords are cool because you can kind of walk them up in 3 fret increments. You know those old movies where the lady was tied to the railroad track. Brings a little suspense. So I just sort of throw those in there as a chord substitution. that was sort of a abbreviated version. And let's do the whole thing. All right, now we've got our G chord. So watch this here. We've got our 6th and 4th strings, our thumb pinch, now here I've got my pinky on the B flat note, and just like we did here, I've got my B note, B flat ringing against my B note. And that's a great lick just right there. Kind of out and fun. We've got that great little ending. So I'm going to play that through one more time. Maybe I'll do it at, 3/4 or half speed. I'll do it as slowly as I'm able to. So that's a great little lick. Just keep it nice and smooth and even. And again. I'm just going to turn to the side a little and play it one more time, just because I really want you to be able to see what my hands are doing. I realize that being head on, we might not caught as much of my right hand as I wanted. And again, sometimes I'll bring my thumb up here if I want a little more force there. So you can play around with how that's all put together, but that basic run is a great thing to do. It adds a lot to almost any rag you'll do, and I hope you have fun with that. Thanks a lot.